What should you be thinking about when it comes to railroad retirement if only you have been working? Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Highball Advisors Railroad Retirement Whiteboard. My name is John McNamara, Highball Advisors, and today I just want to start you thinking about those railroaders that are retiring and maybe the spouse hasn't worked, so they might not be able to claim any of their own Social Security benefits. So what would be the proper claiming strategy for your railroad retirement if that is the case, right? So I don't want to say what is the right, but I want you to start thinking about some things when you do the claiming, saying, okay, I'm ready to leave. What kind of effect will that have on the overall outcome of your financial plan? So let's just review real quick. So when you retire and you're at the age, right, you get a service and age annuity. So that's the tier one, top 35 earning years, railroad retirement, Social Security. Tier two, top 60 months of service plus the years of service plus 0.007 or times 0.007. Okay, so that's the service and age annuity. And then a spouse, right, if you're married for over a year, is entitled to tier one, 50% would be equal to 50% of what the railroader would get on the tier one portion. And tier two would be equal to 45%. Okay, so that's, those are great benefits for the tier one and tier two. But sometimes a spouse might have a career outside. So, and then they have their own earnings record and it'd be through Social Security, right? They're not, let's just say they're not working for the railroad either. So in order to get Social Security benefits, you have to have 40 quarters of work, basically 10 years of work to claim your Social Security. And some, some spouses might not have that. So what do you want to be thinking about if that is the situation that you're running into? So I thought I'd do as an example here. So for somebody with 30 years of service, it's pretty straightforward when you really do the math on it. So let's just say if both are 60 years old. So if you have tier one of 3,000, tier two of 1,500, spousal tier one becomes 1,500, right? 50%, and spousal tier two 675. Very straightforward. You just claim it because at 60, right, you're really not getting any benefit by growing it that much further. If you want to leave at 60, right? If you want to continue to work, that's something else. But like that's just the great claiming strategy. Like you can't really mess that up too much if that's what you're interested in doing. Okay, because right, the spouse has to get the spousal annuity, and you're getting no age reduction in the spousal annuity at when the spouse turns 60. So it's very, very straightforward. It's great. Now, the tricky part is when you have less than 30 years, because now you're going to start bringing in age reductions, right? Because you can retire as early as 62, but if you don't have 30 years, you're going to get a 30% reduction in your annuity. So now you have to start thinking about, oh, now what is the opportune time? Your spouse is only going to collect the spousal railroad retirement annuity, so you want to start thinking about that. So let me just give you an example. So let's say a railroader is going to retire at their full retirement age of 67. However, the spouse is 62. So once again, right, no age reduction, full retirement age 67. 3,000 for the tier one, 1,500 for the tier two. But now when the spouse, right, they both want to retire. Okay, he's done, done at 67. Spouse wants to retire at the same time, but there's going to be a 30% reduction, right? Instead of the 1,500, you're going to get 1,050, and the tier two is going to be 473. That's a 30% age reduction. So the important part here that I want to draw your attention to is this person here, okay, this is full retirement age, there's no age reduction. This portion here is the survivor annuity, okay? So this is very important. So if this railroader left at, let's say, 62, you would have a much bigger reduction, a 30% reduction, and that would become the survivor annuity. So the point I'm saying is sometimes a railroader might want to leave early because maybe their spouse has a great Social Security benefit and they can actually live off their own Social Security benefit. But if you're going to be leaving early and absorb that 30% age reduction, remember that is the survivor annuity. So you have to make sure that that survivor annuity is going to be enough to provide for your spouse if something unfortunate happens to you. Well, it's going to eventually happen to all of us, but you just want to make sure that that's enough money there. So that's the claim. That's really the key part of the claiming strategy that you really need to figure out is that portion is when you pull the pin and say, I'm going to start my railroad retirement, is that part enough for the survivor annuity to provide for the family going forward? So I hope you found this helpful. Reach out to me if you're at or near retirement. We'll go through some of the claiming strategies, make sure everything's the right time, right? It's all about taking the right time. So you can go through my boarding for railroad retirement process. I'll go through that. Click like and subscribe to the video. Share it with your coworkers. I do appreciate getting a lot of great feedback. So that's great. Until next time, everyone, please stay safe, stay on track, and take care. So long, everybody. Bye.